Your girl boss lady here. I am doing a behind the scenes interview with one of the music industry's most respected managers, Steve Lobel, A to Z Entertainment. You can smile, Steve, you know. I met Steve many years ago, and when you first introduced yourself to me, you described yourself as the white Russell Simmons. I'll never forget that. So explain to the people, I guess, a little bit about why you would say that and your history.
Well, I met Simone, aka Boss Lady, in Australia. For those who have not made it to Australia, it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And I was over there with the legendary, rest in peace, Tupac Shakur's group, the Outlawz, which I had managed at the time. And I was over there with Edie and Lobel and Castro. And we had a blast. And I met this young lady, and she was very humble and very outgoing and very persistent. And basically I introduced her as, I'm the white Russell Simmons. I mean, I grew up with Russell and Run-DMC from Queens, and wearing shell toes, Adidas. But I'm very proud of her because that must have been about 5-6 years ago maybe. And she's been staying relevant, and she got a lot going on.
Thank you.
And same with myself, I've been staying relevant.
Thank you for that. So what have you got going on right now? You manage a number of artists.
Yeah, I'm just blessed to stay relevant. I'm keeping my man Jam Master Jay's name alive from Run-DMC, who put me in the game. I have an artist named Nipsey Hussle. I've been blessed to stay relevant with an artist named Mann, M-A-N-N. I have an artist named Iaz. I have a new artist named Sean Rocks, R-O-X-S, Sean Rocks. And I'm working on a Latino-Mexican rapper named Coco. I just did a joint venture with 3-6 Mafia. I think the Latinos around the world, especially United States, control a lot. So I got that going on.
Wow. How do you decide who to manage?
Well, some of them are managing, some of them are signed to my label. It all depends. I have so many people that hit me up to manage them and work with them. But I just have to meet them as a person, love them as a person, and then their music and everything. You have to have it all. You know, you have to be family orientated. You have to want it more than me. And it's not easy, but it's not hard. I make those choices. One
thing about the artists that you've worked with and the ones that you mentioned, they have the ability to expand beyond music. Do you look for that as well?
Well, we're building brands with our artists. You know, Nipsey did 2 movies. Sean Rocks does movies and acts. Mann was on TV and acts. Iaz was on the Hannah Montana show. So you're building a brand, and for those people who know what a brand is, because everybody talks about branding. Branding is staying consistent and having the consumer be emotionally attached to the brand. You don't see McDonald's changing the logo, Mercedes changing the logo. Artists need to stay consistent with their logos, their artwork, and that's how you build a brand.
And be authentic.
Exactly. You have to be authentic, you have to be original. I stay creative and innovative. I feel like I'm a dinosaur, but I'm fossil fuel. And you know, I've been around. You have,
and you're from Queens.
Yeah, I'm from Queens, New York. I'll let that be known.
Now listen, Queens right now is having a resurgence. Nicki Minaj, Waka Flocka Flame was born there, and I don't know if people even know the legacy of Waka's family. His mother. Did you know Deborah Andy coming up?
You know, Waka's uncle, Bimmy. Bimmy, he's got freckles. A thorough, official legend in the streets of Queens. I saved Bimmy's life. Shout out to my man Bimmy. Shout out to Deb. I know Deb. You know, they grew up not too far from me in Queens. Waka grew up in Atlanta, so to speak, but he's from Queens. Shout out to Nikki. She's from Queens. And
how does that feel seeing Queens come back? Queens get the money.
It never left. Never left, because just to give you a couple, Russell Simmons, Run-DMC, LL Cool J, Nas, Mobb Deep, 50 Cent. The list goes on from Queens. And I rep Queens all day. I stay in shell toes, Adidas, and
Rap's breeding grounds.
I keep Jam Master Jay's name alive, and that's where we're keeping Queens going.
Okay.
But it's great. I'm happy for Nicki Minaj, Waka Flocka. I'm so happy for all these new artists that come out and they work hard and they become successful. It's about the new generation.
Well, it is about the new generation, but do you think it's a gift or a curse that the new generation didn't have to really go through the stickering and the street teams and the hustle that you had to go through from the beginning of your career? It's a different game now. Is that a gift or a curse?
Wow, what you're saying is so incredible, because I try to teach this to people. These days, more of the new artists, it's easier, and it's more about a song, and then they create everything after that, instead of building the story before that. Mann has done that. Nipsey has definitely done that. Some artists haven't. The song comes and then they follow behind that. I come from the days of rapping buses, rapping vans, giving out CD singles, CD mix samplers, putting up poster boards and
All
stickers
that
and
was
getting
the thing.
summonses, traveling around doing promo tours, stopping in the barbershop, stopping in the mall, local high school. They don't really do that no more. So it's a gift and a curse, you know. I like to use some old school grassroots stuff with the new grassroots stuff, which is the internet, social media.
Okay. What's coming up next for you?
Coming up next for me is a reality show, which I just did a reality show called Manage a Celebrity with a bunch of top managers, but I'm doing a Steve Lobel reality show.
Radio?
I did a Missy Elliott reality show.
Yeah.
I have a weekly radio show on Wednesdays. You tune in on Wednesdays. You can see that on my Facebook, A to Z Entertainment or Steve Lobel. I have a company called Shout-O-Matic. You know how you've been on Twitter since I've seen you the last couple hours and you're typing in everything?
Right.
And people on Facebook are typing in everything?
Yeah.
I have a thing called Shout-O-Matic. Verbally, you could shout your tweet.
Okay.
Verbally, you could shout your Facebook message. They could hear Boss Lady's voice. So Shout-O-Matic.com. I have a website, AskSteveLobel.com. You can ask me any question. I'll answer the question about the music industry. The weekly radio show. I'm doing a book called The Coach Lasts Longer Than the Player. I feel like I'm the coach, the artist of the players. I'm doing a documentary of Steve Lobel's life from the early stages of before I was in the music industry to where I'm at right now. Sky's the limit. You know, I pick and choose things that I want to do. I'm involved with some documentaries. We just did a Jam Master J 2 turntable, a microphone documentary. But there's a lot of other stuff on the horizon.
You're such a go-getter.
Yeah.
And I think your personality, because I'm the same. Like we go
bump heads all the time.
Yes, we do.
Sagittarius.
We do. I'm Virgo.
Okay.
But But we bump heads, I think, because we want what we want and we want it when we want it and we want to make it happen now. Do you think that that's the kind of personality you have to survive in the business?
Yeah, well, I don't take no for an answer. What is a will is a way.
Right.
And I know that's how you are. Like, you're persistent and you're hungry. I never get comfortable. I have a lot, but I never get comfortable. I also give back a lot. You have to give. And I just stay humble. Like I said, I've been part of so many groups that sold millions of records.
We didn't even mention Outlawz, Bone Thugs. Like,
I mean, I'll give you the resume. I'm coming through Jam Master J and Run-DMC. I'm very proud and honored. Thank you. Worked with Bone Thugs over 14 years. We sold over 40 million records. Did records with Tupac, Eazy-E, B.I.G. in the studio, not MP3. Did all their solo albums. Fat Joe, Big Pun, Common Sense, Eazy-E, Beat Nuts, 3 6 Mafia, 8-Ball and MJG. The list goes on.
You've seen so many come and go. What kind of artist stays in this game?
An artist that stays in this game is someone who's humble, never forget where they come from, and stays persistent and want to be relevant and flow with the changes of every couple of years. People who are hard-headed don't stick around and stay around. And like I said, I feel like I'm a dinosaur, but I'm fossil fuel. And I stick around because I'm innovative, creative, and I stay around the youth.
And he's very modest, as you can see.
Yeah, I'm humble. I don't forget where I come from.
No, you are.
Everything goes up must come down. Exactly. I judge people for this and for this.
And the way you treat people on the way up is the way you're going to be treated on the way down.
It's not about, oh, we want a Grammy, we sold this many records, I have a Mercedes, I have a Bentley, or I have a diamond chain. It's not about that. All stuff's materialistic. You have to stay humble and don't burn no bridges. That's how I was able to stay in this music industry for so long. Behind the scenes, I do get out behind the scenes now because I'm trying to give back and speak to people and educate the youth about certain things.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest lessons is temptation will get you in the end. So you just have to have the right people around you.
Yeah, it's about team. Together everybody achieves more. You know, there's no I in team. I've been around the world numerous times. I thank God, I thank Jam Master J that I've seen it all. People would love my lifestyle. People would love to be me, be around the artists I'm with. It's very hard to stay relevant for someone who's been around so long for me. I'm trying to teach myself balance, how to have a personal life and a business life, which is hard.
Very. Yes, I'm living proof of that. Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Steve Lobel, if you don't know the name, now you know, legend in the game, and it's such an honor to sit with you, and I know that you're really just beginning because you have so much going on.
I appreciate that. I mean, basically, the whole thing is that you have to have common sense, never take no for an answer, and to have communication skills, and where there's a will, there's a way. And never take no for an answer. You can find me on Steve Lobel on Facebook. You can Google me on Steve Lobel. My website's a-2-zentertainment.com. Facebook is A to Z Entertainment. And we have the weekly radio show. I'm just humble. I'm just blessed. And,
love it. The original hustler.
You know?
The original hustler.
There you go.
All right. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned.
Thank you. Boss lady.